Hello.
So what is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and this one is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. We have crossplay, we have a level cap increase, and we have free permanent content. Free permanent content. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise, let's get straight into this video. So in today's patch video, we have some huge changes coming to Borderlands 3. Yes, we have crossplay. Yes, we have a level cap increase. And yes, we have permanent seasonal event content. But that isn't even everything. There is just so much here. The patch will be live around 12 PM Pacific time. So if you're already playing, you're going to need to come out of the game and fully close it so we can download a full patch. This isn't a hotfix. This is a patch. So make sure you come all the way out before you get it. So first up, let's talk about the big one that has been a big one for a lot of you. And that is crossplay. As from today, Xbox, Stadia, Steam and Epic players are going to be able to play with each other. Once you have updated the game, you'll be greeted with an opt-in menu to enable crossplay, and then using Shift, you can add players from other platforms. Don't worry, PlayStation players, they haven't forgotten about you. It's just not at this time. Next up, Borderlands is increasing the level cap to 72. I was expecting a level cap increase, but I didn't expect it to be so high. This is going to add a lot of power to your builds, so expect to see some absolute monsters in the community over the coming weeks. If all that wasn't enough, Borderlands have decided to make all 3 seasonal events, the Bloody Harvest, Broken Heart, and the Revenge of the Cartels, permanent and completely free. Completely free. You will be able to turn these events on and off from the main menu, although you'll only be able to activate one at a time. And of course, you can turn them all off if you want to. There are also 3 weapon buffs happening to the cartel weapons with this update. The Iceberger, Needle Gun, and the Grease Trap are being buffed. And the Grease Trap is also going to be made easier to actually target those enemies and apply grease. As the events are now permanent, they have made some changes to make them fit into the permanent game seamlessly. They've added the seasonal event gear normally awarded by the challenges during the season to drop from their respective bosses. Added the wedding invitation and the polyamorous to drop from the loot hearts, increased Captain Haunt's drop rate from legendary seasonal gear, and added Bloody Harvest anointments to the reroll machine when the event is active. When the event is not active, you will not be able to see those anoints in the reroll machine. I think this is absolutely an amazing move for these events to be made free. A lot of the community would have probably paid for the cartels, and a lot of talk about paying for these at like, you know, $5-10 each. So huge thanks to Gearbox and 2K for making them free here. I think this is a huge play. Moving on, and yes, there is so much more. After the recent success, Gearbox has activated all the True Trials events until July 1st. This means that every Proving Ground will have a raid level boss at the end, with the rewards from each week that we saw, you know, over the last 6 weeks remaining to be farmed. Next, we have some balance changes to the anointment system. Gearbox would like to see the players specify an anointment with your builds instead of using sort of the more generic, powerful anointments. Currently, most builds take advantage of next 2 mags, URAD, and consecutive hits because of their diversity and reliability. The changes today will boost character-specific anointments while toning down the multi-character anointments. So, some of these are being nerfed, but there are a ton of them that are being buffed in a big way. So Amara is getting astral protection increased from 100% to 200%. While Phase Grasp is active, weapon damage is increased from 100% to 150%. Orb damage is increased by 100% for Phase Flare is moving to 200%. For Flak, Fade Away is active, weapon damage is moving from 100% to 150%. While Gravity Stare is active, weapon damage is increased from 100% to 250%. After using Rack Attack, gain 50% critical hit damage is moving from 50 to 100. After using Attack Command, 30% lifesteal is moving to 50%. Onto Moe's, while Iron Bear is active, Bare Fist damage is going from 100 to 300%. Salamander is going from 100 to 200%. Railgun damage is going from 100 to 150%. Minigun damage from 100 to 150. While Iron Bear is active, the grenade launcher damage is going from 100 to 200. Vanquisher rocket pods are going from 100 to 150. Iron Cup active weapon damage is increased by 100 to 150. After exiting Iron Bear, the next two mags will have 10% increased fire rate and 20% critical hit damage. They're increasing the critical hit damage there to 100%. Finally, Zane is seeing his Mantis shoulder cannon damage increase from 100% to 150. Barrier is active, accuracy increased by 60, and critical hit damage is increased by 70. That critical hit damage is being increased to 125. And Digiclone is active, generate 12% ammo in your magazine is being increased to 30%. On to the general anoints, and some of these are buffs and nerfs. Killing an enemy grants you 5% weapon damage and reload speed for 25 seconds. That's going to increase to 12.5% weapon damage instead of 5, and it's going to be stacked till 10 cap. On action skill end, action skill cooldown rate is increased by 20%. That's moving up to 50. Action skill end life steal is moving from 15% to 30. The 300 over 90 anointment is moving to 150 over 90. Our URAD is moving from 150% to 100%. Consecutive hits is now going to be limited to 100 stacks, so that's going to be 100%. Action skill end splash damage is being lowered from 200% to 125%, and while action skill active, weapon damage 200% is being lowered to 100%. So you can see there, if you use the character specific anointments rather than just action skill active, which is generic, you will gain much more damage. So this will give you some actual specified anointments for your build rather than using some of those generic ones. There is also a ton of general fixes to menus and missions, but a couple that really stand out. They've fixed the victory rush so it will no longer switch off. There was a glitch with the revolter that has been fixed, and they have also fixed the super soldier so it should now work properly. Guys, there is a metric ton of information in this video, so if you want to read any of the lists, go to the Borderlands website and you will see all the specific anointments and changes, and little changes to split screens, little changes to general updates to fix cosmetics and all things like that. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise I'll catch you on the flip.